Man, Jeff, walk us through what Kyle was dealing with here. I mean, we've seen so many cars free on entry here today.
Yeah, so watch right here. This is where the wreck starts. Right there. Car goes around, overcorrects the car. Car turns right. These cars, it's very easy to overcorrect, especially on corner entry and right along.
I mean, that is so close to what we saw at a wreck, right? I mean, you're talking the exact same thing, except for this car just turned right. But what a huge hit with the right front.
Uh-oh. Trouble.
Wrecking hard, stay down.
Oh, there is the 66. Chandler Smith in the wall. Hard. He was running third.
Ooh, not clear.
Yeah, and you see.
I think he was trying to get down and fill that gap there, Kevin. Just not clear.
Who was the second one? Clint,
The 7, I believe.
The 7
Justin
car.
Haley.
And Haley knew that.
Yeah, he lifted, tried to stay out of it. He was way too up the side.
And it looked like
that's a big hit, Kevin.
Yeah, there's damage to several cars.
See,
right there.
Allgaier barely getting through there. Priest as well.
Taylor has not been in this position, trying to time out that run. Exactly, you know, what it's going to feel like as you get right up on them. How you know, where do you time that out? Oh, as you see the 19. Oh, what a save! Oh, no!
What a hard hit for the 19.
Wow.
Caution out, 10 to go.
He was just not close enough, but he gets to the rear. He's lower, packs that air, which we see all the time in these Xfinity Series cars. There's the slide. Well,
yeah, I think we'll all see that a little bit differently. I
think NASCAR will probably.
Yeah, I think that'll be looked at for sure again, because it looks to me like he gets straight there for a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be a little frustrated if I was Eric in that situation.
I think that was potentially not just gathered in.
That was a big hit by Eric, head on into the wall.
Wallace has the inside line. Contact.
Caution
is out. Oh boy, Zane Smith on his side. And over.
Run the red flag because of this wreck. 42. John Hunter Nemechek just drives into the left rear quarter panel with Zane. Zane climbs the wall, gets on the left side and just rim rides it all the way around. Not sure I've ever seen that before, Steve.
No, it reminds me of Brad Keselowski decades ago at Fontana in Xfinity cars. The only time I remember, and then when it finally gets perpendicular to the asphalt, it catches in, and I can tell you those look like slow tumbles, but I guarantee inside the car, those are some very hard hits. Scary situation right there. Driver against the asphalt for a long, long time. The 42 got sent back up for a really hard hit, and then right here, these are very, very tough tumbles against the asphalt.
Can you believe this 22 car is in the lead?
McDowell did everything he could.
Oh, he's
in the wall. Michael McDowell crashes off Calamity Corner.
Huge hit.
He slid up. I lost all the air.
And he crosses that wake, much like a boat. Look at that.
There.
As soon as it got in there, took the air off of him.
It got loose. It got loose.
It's just like a wake of a boat. It's how I explain the draft behind these cars. And as soon as he got that, look at that. Right as soon as that car pulled up in front of him, takes the air off of him.
Yep.
Came around.
And I feel like, you know, he got into desperation mode when he ran the 22 down on the apron. I don't feel like he needed to run him that far down the apron. I feel like he could have side drafted right there and at least gave himself a fighting chance.
He'd have been door to door getting in three.
I
agree.
Feel like it. I feel like it.
If he can run side by side with him through this corner, it's going to be in the preferred position. I think Shane might have let go just a little bit there.
Power move, turn 6. There's the contact. Van Gisbergen around. Zillich takes the lead. Hard hit for the 9. Caution is out. Oh my goodness.
I thought the 9 was letting him go actually, but if you watch how wide the 88 runs, he goes to come back on the racetrack, and they just the 9's going to have to give him a little bit of room there. You know that angle is going to run out, and you're going to have to give him just a little bit of space. Maybe the 9 didn't know that he was on the inside. There is no spotter right there, right? It's hard for the spotters to see that. That's almost a blind spot of the racetrack, depending on where the spotters are located. But they came back on, they made contact, and again, like, you just don't realize how fast this track is until you see contact and you see the impact of the 9 car. But I don't blame Connor for doing anything wrong right there.
A violent hit for Shane Van Gisbergen and teammates today.
We've got a big crash. Caution is out again for the 5th time. Gio Ruggiero involved. Andres Perez is destroyed.
Oh, the 44 got loose, Regan. Into the turn.
Look at that impact.
Ooh, Bailey Curry with a big hit there too in the 45.
Yeah,
wow.
that's going to end his night as well. Didn't it look like to you that Andres got loose and that started it? Or can we get another look at that? Make sure I didn't speak out of turn. He just shot up the hill.
Something caused him to shoot up off the bottom there. And I thought I saw paint on the A pillar, which is right in front of the window net there. And now we see why there was paint there on the Andres Perez truck.
Almirola continues to dance into the 19, and there's a crash. Caution is out, Almirola involved. Nearly went up and over, did the 19.
Yeah, the 19 had a bad angle hitting the outside. As you see, the 8 gets just to his inside. 3 wide right there. Watch the 19. He gets turned up into the wall, and Daniel Dye also had a massive hit on the inside wall. Car almost goes over. Oof.
Big crash into stage 1, 10 cars involved. The crash toward the end of stage 2 collected 6 vehicles, and 5 cars a part of this one that will lead us to overtime to finish things at Talladega. And the headliner, Eric Almirola, running up front, turned hard into the wall, and as we talked about, nearly went up and over in front of the traffic that was driving by.
Chase about a car length ahead as they're closing in on the 9. He's going to go up, block the top of the racetrack. Big crash.
Denny Hamlin involved.
Big
like
crash.
Noah Gragson, Austin Cindric. This is what we talk about. Compromise track position, and you get right in the middle of it.
4th car in line on the inside, opens the car in front of him.
Now they're in the fence on the outside line there. Just a lot of stack up and a lot of bumper-to-bumper contact. There's a lot of contact right there. As Christopher Buescher lifts off the gas, the 7, all those cars behind him, they all just make, they just run in the back of each other. Big accordion effect.
Christopher Bell got a great launch right there. We've seen the 24 car of William Byron be a little bit better.
Whoa, trouble in the back and 2 cars in the wall.
Big wreck. They're still wrecking. Custer into the outside. Well, I think that was Herb's.
Keep rolling if you can. Keep rolling if you can.
Christopher Bell will lead them back to caution here at lap 99. Fellas, I don't think that was an if. I think that was a when.
No, I think it was Gibbs is who it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the 54 comes up and they all get squeezed right. Oh,
you're right.
They just run out of room, man.
Wow.
That car launched up in the air.
19 jumped over the right front of Haley.
Yeah, Briscoe with a lot of
blew
damage
the side
there.
window out of Briscoe's car. That car's hurt bad.
Yeah, and I don't think that the 54 really did anything wrong right there. They just squeezed together, but it looked like the 19 and.
Well, nobody lifted. Nobody was willing to lift.
Well, look at them 4 wide there. As they get together, and the wall is right there, and this ends up, we had 7 cars involved, but the more we look, the more we count.
You don't want to be on that inside. That outside line's where you want to be. If you can't make the passes or clear to make the pass, oh, that's tight right there.
There he goes up the track, Custer, and he turns Bowman into the outside wall. They clip Briscoe, the pole sitter.
Hard hit for the 48 of Bowman, head on into the outside wall.
Suarez also a part of this accident.
Squeezed all these guys. You hate to wreck at the back of the field like that too. Just
see Briscoe get it right there at the end. Just an absolute gigantic hit on the 48. But remember, Briscoe had that slow pit stop. We saw it live.
Yeah,
that's what had him back there. Look at this shot. Unbelievable. The amount of force, 3,500 pounds at 180 miles an hour. And then right through there, you're going to see Briscoe get turned a little bit and slide down to the left.
Oh, and there goes Sheldon Creed. Second caution of the day. Oh my, big contact. And two drivers going for the dash for cash. 44's Brennan Poole, 00 Sheldon Creed.
He actually ends up losing the rear of the race car up in maybe some of the marbles that are up there and trying to turn down left as you see the 14 do the same, and there's Brennan trying to do the same thing. Things happen fast here at Bristol. 15-second laps. You're in the corners. You can't see around the other side of the corners. Even when the caution comes out, just trying to slow down is a tough thing to do.
Look at this 4 wide, 6 to go in the stage. Points, and there goes Leland Honeyman. Out of line, Zillage was there, and Connor Mozak collected as well. Third caution of the day, comes out 6 laps to go, stage 2. And I mentioned William Sawalich, and there you see his race car.
You're sort of not following the same lanes.
Hey, look, Jesse Love, outside lane. Look how close this is. He had gotten shuffled out, and right there, he barely gets through. And you know, Harrison Burton, who was involved in that first crash earlier today, they repaired the damage, and he too is able to avoid this.
As we get another look at it here, yeah, you see the 70 there. Leland Honeyman just gets tagged maybe there by Connor Mozak a little bit, but the hardest part is when those cars aren't perfectly lined up.
These guys know that they want to gather as many points as possible in this stage in case something happens in the next stage or at the end of the race.
Whoa! Something
there it
happened,
is.
all right.
Bell hard into the wall.
That is a huge hit. That was right there at the front. He had Hamlin, his teammate, pushing hard on the outside on the exit of turn 2. Let's see what happens here.
Christopher Bell on the radio says, I'm okay.
Comes a little bit of a tap, kind of dancing across the back bumper, Kevin. He gets loose, gets into Buescher on the bottom.
Well, one thing with those Toyotas, yeah, the Toyotas are hard to push. I wrecked Tyler Reddick that very same way that Denny Hamlin just turned Christopher Bell right there off the front of his front bumper. And there's a little crown on the front of those front and rear bumpers of those Toyotas, and they're much harder to push than the Fords are. And
see how that wall comes out right there? He hit that thing almost head on. That is a huge hit.
And Byron's involved. After a brilliant day, the driver of the Relay Chevy.
Big contact. The pit road here is kind of far around the corner. We've seen some guys as they break get up into the racing line. Just take a look. Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
No idea that he was pitting at all. Many times the spotters will signal, wave their arms, I'm pitting, and clearly no communication from up there. William Byron just had no indication he was going to pit.
Look at John Hunter Nemechek sideways down pit road. Oh, that's ugly.
This isn't the scenario that I think I would want if I was a teammate, you know, with being door to door with my teammate Hamlin and Bell for this front.
Whoa! He gets Bell into the wall.
Off of the front bumper,
Custer, and up in the air
my.
goes Ryan Preece, and for the second time in his career, he is flipping at Daytona. Good grief.
Off the front bumper, we were talking about a lap before. Starts there, starts dancing around across the front bumper. Some more here, gets crossed up. Rest is history. There it goes. Now watch the 60 car, Preece. Bam!
Yeah, you saw the...
Gets up on the... That's wild. I've never seen a car do that. That shows how fast they go.
And they pile up behind him. This is from Eric Jones. Oh. Whoa. An incredible camera work by our Fox crew.
I'm so glad to see that window net down and him be able to get out of that thing. Whew, that's scary.
It's unbelievable what it looks like when these cars get caught by the air like that. And I'm with you, Clint. I've never seen one take off with a wheelie like that. But they just flip around like they don't weigh 3,600 pounds.
Well, nothing weighs that much at 186 miles an hour.
Sawalich has done a great job today, hanging in. Look out! Big crash. McDowell, Sawalich. There was contact with Austin Hill. Taylor Gray got a piece of it.
Oh, slow down, guys. Oh, the
What the heck is that guy doing?
Josh Bilicki.
I mean, why would he do that?
Mess.
You know who he is. You okay? Yeah.
And then you can see that the visibility goes away. Yeah, I don't think that's intentional, Adam. I think that is Austin running wide, trying to get back on the racetrack, and very similar to what we saw with Retzlaff. I know there's going to be some frustrated people. Oh, look at those guys that have slowed down behind, and others that just came piling in there.
It's just crazy how tight this area is. It just funnels down. And once you get a driver out of shape in this portion,
McDowell's wreck is massive right
just
there.
Nowhere to go. And the impact was just crazy for McDowell.
Wow. Who drove into the wreck back there?
Bilicki was the one, I think, that got his wheels off the ground.
NASCAR said that crash last week at Chicago was the hardest impact, frontal impact, ever recorded for the Gen 7 car. That was at 93 miles an hour right there. Cody broke his helmet, he broke his Hans device, it bent the steering wheel, but he's back out there on the racetrack today. We were talking with him earlier. He's very sore because it was his chest that helped bend that steering wheel out there. It just says he's sore, but also thankful because of some of the changes they made to that car that helped it crush a little bit more, that helped him avoid further injury.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports. If you enjoyed what you just watched, well, it's time to bring the action and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel. You can have it all: news, highlights, interviews, and analysis. So go for it.